Working for the weekend, then I wanna see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio. It's the Weekend Review. Top 5 are coming for you. We're speaking with the fans. Sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're covering who's playing out off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday night, ready to raise some hell. With all around, you know I'm planning to do it well. So all around town radio show. It's where I go for the latest band info. So good. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio.
All right. Hey, everybody. Radio. Yes, that's Sweet Sister Mercy. Thank you for that. My co-host with the most is having technical difficulties. We're chatting back and forth here. She's trying to fix something. I don't know what. We'll figure it out here in a minute. She'll make it. Hi, Kara. What's going on? Thanks for being here, people. It is Hot Topic Tuesday. The champ is in the house. Mr. Kevin Cooper has joined us today. How are you, Kevin? Thanks for being here. Ed Sawicki, thanks for dropping in. What a beautiful day. You're right. Let the sun shine in. I am such a good boy today, Bob Klein. I am. Hi, Gina McCann. How are you? Kevin Cooper. Yes. You were able to tape record most of the theme song this time. Is that scary? I don't know what that means, but okay. Interesting. Ray Renee, how are you? Thank you for being here. And Megan, what's up? That's a great profile picture of you, Megan. It's good. Brian, thank you for being here. Resident drummer in the house. What's going on, people? I'm waiting on Karis to pop in here if she can. Let me see if she's messaged me back yet. Oh, that's what happens when you wait till the last second to get on. There we go. Now we're on.
Hi.
Yes. Hi.
Sorry.
Are you with me now? Are
yes,
you there?
Sorry.
It's all right. I've been punting while you were gone. And we really haven't started with the topic or anything. So you and I haven't even talked about a topic today. I've got one. I bet you have one. Do you have one?
Well, what's yours?
Well, hang on. I'll call it up here. Came in today by Hot Text Express. Let me see what it says here.
About time. Sorry, guys.
It says technical difficulties. It's beautiful out. Can we talk about that? It is nice.
It is gorgeous.
It says, hey, Hot Topic Tuesday. bands canceling gigs several times. We've been there at venue, and bands canceling gigs and telling you they're canceling to play somewhere else was the one that came in today. We've addressed that a little bit in the past, but
we've spoken about that, but we can talk about it again.
Well, I just want to say I had heard of one over the weekend, and I haven't been able to pin it down to make sure it's credible, but I'm just going to say it. I won't say the band. They canceled on a venue and said they had someone sick in the band, and then played another venue that night. Yeah. And it wasn't the venue that I filled in for or any of that. It was a different venue, but they said they had someone sick. And then all of a sudden, someone that was affiliated with the other bar filled in for their guitar player, and they played that venue. I thought, that's pretty crappy. You're just dumbfounded.
So here's my question. Did they think nobody would find out?
Yeah, nobody would notice. I mean, come on. That's insane. Oh, Chad Applehead. How are you?
Hey, Chad.
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing. Did they not? What the hell is going on in my hair? I'm sorry. Did they not think anybody would find out?
Who knows?
And then what? Then everybody would know, and nobody would want to do business with them.
Sean Cooper. Oh, I got you, Kevin. You're recording off the radio basically like you used to do in the 80s. Thanks. He recorded the theme song. It's nice. Rick Piper, thank you. Live at 5-ish. 5-ish. Well, we're doing everything ish today. Hi, Tina Reed Ramsey. Gina McCann.
Hi, Tina.
Tracy.
Tina. Hi, Brad. Jim.
Look at all these people. John from Columbus. Thank you. Bob Klein from Columbus.
T-Rex. I thought I saw Erica. There she is.
Kevin says professionalism 101. Don't lie ever. No. You're going to get found out. I mean, come on.
Carla. That's shitty. I mean, I would like to know the name so I make sure I never do business with them again. Or
Kareem,
at all.
Kareem sounds like some sort of Lifetime movie there. Rule number 1, if you're going to lie, make sure you don't leave any evidence for you to get caught. Yeah, no shit. That's just plain crappy. It is. And unprofessional, as Tina says. You know, that'll, and I responded back to the person that sent me some stuff about it, and I said, that's a one-way ticket to no Bookville ever.
Yeah.
I mean, you're never going to get booked in that venue you canceled on. I guarantee it. If they're not,
I don't think you'll ever get booked in. I mean, they'll never get booked in I don't know who they are, but I don't think I'll ever book them.
Chad says it's super shady. Yeah, beyond shady.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And they tried to play it off like, well, this guitar player was affiliated with that bar, and they invited us to come down and play with him, and we didn't have a guitar player, so we couldn't play your play. It's like, the bullshit meter is like this,
So they're saying that the guitar Duke.
Calm
down. So they're saying that they couldn't click because they didn't have a guitar player, and the only reason they could is because that guitar player was with that venue.
Yeah,
so is that what they're saying?
Which is still a crappy thing to do. I don't care how you slice it or dice it.
Stop growling at your brother.
Oh, yes. Why are the dogs growling today? Are they unhappy? It's a beautiful day.
Dookie is just growls. That's his Dookie that's how he communicates. He's just
Dave Wade. Yes, Dave Wade. People
Dave, I owe you money
all the time. I wish you owed me money. I could use some money today.
I wish somebody owed me money.
I want to hit the lottery or something. I really do. I need to hit the podcast lottery here so I can pay for all these streaming services that are all coming due at the same day. Let's see here. Venue owners talk to each other. Yes, they do, Tina Reed Ramsey. They do. What's Bob going to say? That's an excellent way to hang yourself. Do they think nobody talks? Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. And I mean, how fast do you think that got back to that other venue? Probably before they ever played the first note. Probably before. No, not right now. Because I haven't confirmed all this, and I don't ever do that unless I know it's a fact check. But my dogs are barking too. I don't know why. It seems like every day when we go live, that happens. Kareem's got a lot to say about this. Once word gets around they lied, they would probably not get booked at other venues as well. That's true. And yeah. How can we make it up to you? Yeah.
Over the years, I've had some venues reach out being like, listen, we have a really good opportunity. Do you mind if we cancel and I'll help you find somebody? Or, I've double booked and this, whatever it may be. And I'm fine with that as long as I can find a replacement. But if you lie to me, there was, one time I saw somebody, they canceled on me, and then they ended up, I saw like an ad or something that they were opening up for some big deal band, which is great. You could have just told me and I would have been probably very, like, yeah, you should take that. I'll find somebody else, assuming that I have enough time. But they lied to me, and then that show was canceled. So a little part of me was like, eh.
Yeah. Interesting. What's Dave Wade got to say here? Have to be straight. It's tight knit community. No way you can function at anything less than 100,000% honest. Yes, thank you. So that's just one little tidbit of a topic that came in, and we've beat this horse to death, and I'm not going to talk about it much more today. But I do have another one that, if you don't mind, I'd like to bring up. And,
yeah, let's do it.
I want to talk about your place on Saturday. Here's what I witnessed by sitting in your special little, I felt good to be there VIP section in the back room there, to the little back to the right of the door as you come in. And it was so nice to sit back there and not be in the prison yard out in the population. But I had a really good time. And I noticed things with your door. And I want to talk about the door. I want to talk about the amount of people I saw walk up and get told it was a $5 cover charge and turn around and leave. I was sickened by that. Sickened by it when they'll go pay $6 for a Starbucks latte that you suck down in 10 minutes. I mean, $5, and they're throwing a hissy fit. First of all, they're jacked up because you gotta, and I want to get into the fire code thing too, because you're being a smart owner. You could easily let all those people come in. You could easily let it be a-holes to elbows in the place every minute of your night in existence, but it doesn't do you any good because they can't get to the bar. Doesn't do them any good if something really bad would happen. Hint, Station nightclub fire years ago. Things like that where people couldn't get out the exits because it was overcrowded and such. So let's talk about your door. Let's first of all talk about the cover charge issue. Why in the... I'm fired up on this one. I'll say F. I'll be politically correct. Do people get so jacked up over $5 at the freaking door when your drink prices are cheap too? I mean, come on. I was so taken back by this. And your doorman is great, by the way. He's so good with those people.
He's good. He's really good. It's becoming an issue, and
you think? Oh my God.
Listen, I'm going to be completely transparent. We are down. Like, numbers are down. Okay. We get people coming in, but the numbers are down. People just are not drinking as much. They're not drinking as much. There's a lot of aspects to what's happening. Everybody's down, and including us. And somebody, it was Brian, my best friend, Brian Peters. He's like, you know what? Maybe you should charge $10 at the door. I said, do you know how hard I have it right now dealing with people who won't even pay $5? To come into $5. They won't even pay $5. Then you just saw it. You saw how many people turned around and walked away.
What are they paying next door, Ceris? What are they paying at the comedy club?
I'm not even sure.
Do you know? But there's a cover, I'm sure. Or a drink minimum or something.
Well, sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure they don't do that for free and make it a free night in there. I guarantee it. So the people that got shitty and turned away at the door and just basically F-you'd your doorman, I was appalled by it. I couldn't believe people act like that. When you can't buy chicken McNuggets for $5 anymore. Come on, people. It's a night of music.
Yeah,
I was fired up. I was.
Yeah.
Then we'll talk about the two biatches at the gate that slipped in as well and tried to sneak in. That's a whole nother story. I mean, come on. to avoid
So-
$5 or just to get out of line? I don't know what they were doing.
No, they came and paid the $5. It was to not have to wait in line. And they kept saying we were sick and tired of people cutting the line. Nobody was cutting the line. I mean, I was there. I worked the door for 3 hours. I was there. Jeep had outside, I had inside. Listen, here's the deal. It's $5 to go see a band because we can't afford to pay it. And then we would have no business. Nobody can afford this anymore. Okay. It's just a matter of fact. Bands, and this is no disrespect because they're worth it, but they have to charge money, and that money has to come from somewhere, and it can't come from us anymore because the revenue is just not there. Okay. And it's $5 for 3 or 4 hours of music. Stop it. Stop complaining. That's it. That's, and I feel unfortunately what's happening is people are choosing $5 or a drink. And because everybody's on a tighter budget or whatever it is, shit is shit right now. Okay. But we are freaking trying, and all it is $5. So I remember when Rick's Tavern would get a lot of heat because they would charge $7 or $10. Like, it's been $5 forever. So naturally it would make sense if we were able to raise it, but we're not going to, because we know that we're going to lose even more people. We're well aware of that. And then nobody would drink.
Let's talk capacity of your place. What is your capacity?
And then let's do capacity. My capacity is 166 people.
Do the math, people. That doesn't pay for the band.
Nope.
166 people. If they come and pay that at the door and stay all night, and you hold a line, one out, one in, and nobody else gets in, you didn't pay for the band, did you? Hello?
What are you asking me?
Oh, squirrel.
No, I'm reading. I'm trying to read. I'm keeping up with everything.
I said that if 168 people come in and they never leave and the door gets held and all that because it's at capacity, you don't make the band cut.
I don't.
Do you?
Tim Anderson, we do have Venmo at the door. It's cash or Venmo. We
Yeah.
have all the options. We also have an ATM in there. But no, that does not cover it. So I don't know.
Thanks. You're exactly right. They'll pay $2,000 a ticket to go see somebody big at a stadium tour or something. And yeah, Jeff says it's been 5 for decades. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, it has. It's just crazy. And so what happens is, no matter what, people are going to complain. So yeah, we had to have a lineup because we were at capacity. And what happens when we're at capacity is nobody can get served because there's a lineup at the bar. So guess what? You're going to complain in the line outside, and you're going to complain at the bar, and we're going to be the ones at fault because you think you're entitled to jeopardizing my liquor license so you don't have to wait in line, and then you're going to come in and complain anyways. You know what I mean? Like, people just don't realize it. I remember at one time we were doing 1 in, 1 out, and I had somebody, I could get 2 people in, and I opened the door, and this was somebody that I knew. And I said, I can have 2 people. She goes, oh yeah, but I have 9. I said, well, I can have 2 people. She goes, okay, but Ceris, I have 9. I said, I have 2 people. 2 people can come in. Okay, but Ceris, I have 9. Can we just come in? I have 2 people. Come in or don't.
Or wait, let 2 go in, and you guys all wait till I have 9 available.
How many
That's
times
like waiting on a table at a restaurant.
How many times can you just respect what I'm trying to say to you? Like, this is fire code. This is safety. This is literally me getting my license taken away because you think I need to let all 9 of your people in at once when I'm already at capacity.
And can I just say,
this works in the bar industry.
As someone who worked in the line of work I did in the fire service for 35 years, I totally understand why fire codes are in place, and I understand why capacities are figured the way they are based on the amount of exits, tables, chairs, this, that, and the other, and square footage in your building. And that is for safety reasons. And fire codes are only written because something bad happened. Everybody remember that. Because somebody died, there's a code that prevents that from happening in the future. I mean, and I used to have to explain that to people because they get all crappy about it. Well, you can't tell me how many people I can put in here. Yeah, we can. And we have to. Because all it takes is what happened with Great White on that stage and the pyrotechnics lighting the building on fire. Yeah. And their guitarist freaking died. He didn't
Yeah.
make it out. So, I mean, think about the intensity of that event. My dogs are going ape crap
can
about
hear it.
something. You hear them?
I can hear him.
God, I don't know what's going on. You talk for a minute and I'll go see why they're losing their mind. Okay, hang on. Go ahead and chat.
Okay. So, seriously, with $5 being covered for the last, I don't know how long I don't think it's ever, the bars that have attempted to raise the cover charge to 10, they don't tend to last, and people just complain too much. And I get it. I get it. But what are we supposed to do? Like, we are right now, bars and restaurants are in the toughest time. I mean, since I've been in the industry that I can remember. Like, I was just having conversations with 3 different bar owners. We're all like, what are you doing? What are we going to do? Even the busiest bars. Yeah, there was a lot of people coming in, but the people aren't spending. They're not spending. Like, it is what it is. I'm not angry at them. We're not whatever, but it's just a matter of fact. So what are we supposed to do? We can't raise it up, because if they're not spending, then they're not going to spend it on the cover either. And if, you can't raise your prices too much, because then that's going to scare people away too. Oh, hi, Tussie. Hi, Tussie.
Say hi to Allie. Allie is having a moment out there. She's mad about something. She's yelling at everybody. Oh,
yeah,
now you're
finally
going to be sweet.
name.
Are you going to talk? I think so. Oh, can you hear me now? You can?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to get to more comments here if I can. If she doesn't go nuclear here. All right, honey. You're good. Hi,
Cute
Darren.
dog.
She is cute.
Yeah.
She's cute.
Very.
And a howler for a little dog. She howls like a wolf.
How old is she?
She is a year old. She's a year old. She's wearing the e-collar today because it hasn't been a real good day. She's been a little bit, and I never zap her. I just beep her.
No,
and she knows when the beep happens, man, she settles right down. But I don't have the control in here.
The zap, it's just like the noise or the vibrate.
I've never used the zap except when we first set it up to make sure it, got her attention, just take it to that level. But
right.
Never once after that. She's never had to. Now the vibrate one, every once in a while, yeah, she likes
vibrate. That's
yeah. So late to the game, Joshua. Thank you.
Hey, Josh.
And yes, Carla saying hi. So I don't know what you were talking about there when I was gone dealing with Barkeys here, but I'm sure it was more about this $5 cover. Can we transcend though a little bit back to those girls that snuck in and did their thing about the gate?
Yeah.
And how Mart went out there and had to stand at the gate to prohibit that from happening, and that's sad that he had to do that.
And it even happened again after that.
Mm-hmm.
By a regular who came up to me to pay the $5, and I appreciate y'all paying $5, but you're missing the point. You're missing the point.
Yeah, there's a line for a reason, and don't try to sneak in. But, I've worked a lot of concerts, and people try to sneak in from the wildest places to avoid the line or to try to get to the artist and all that. It's so weird. People are weird.
Yeah,
but
Kareem,
I was just...
Kareem, you're still losing money.
I was
losing money.
Totally appalled by this being there, and I'd never really sat at your door. I mean, I'd seen people walk away because of the cover, but that was as I was coming in or something. Never sat at your door and saw how many did that. And I thought, and their attitude about it was just arrogantly rude. I mean, they were just like,
like how
I'm not paying $5 to come in here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not about to pay $5 to come in this place. Well, then they'll go across the street to Carlo and Johnny's and pay $5 for ice cubes. I mean, that's what that place costs. I love the place, but you know what I mean. And can I justify my statement earlier too? I got people commenting about the prison yard statement. That was not meant negative. It's just that it was so busy that I felt like I was out. When I went out into the crowd, I was in Gen Pop at the prison, because everybody's milling around and all that. And I liked the more peaceful sit and listen to the band. I got to hear Under the Sun, which I am absolutely a huge fan of now.
Yeah,
can't begin to tell you.
They're incredible.
They did a great job for you on Saturday.
They always do a great job, like truly.
Megan, spot on. Yes, spot on. And Ray says bars should be allowed to sell weed, but that's just her opinion. Thank you, Ray, for that political statement.
No, I mean, I wouldn't
Yeah.
at this point though, Ray. I mean, that has taken so much of our business that I wish we could. But again, that's another thing on our insurance that we would just have to pay even more insurance for, and I mean, that would just cost us a fortune.
We should do a show sometime, not today, obviously, but let's sometime do a show about how the legalization of weed has impacted the bar business.
Well,
I would
it
like to
has,
talk about that.
and
I
we
know.
are struggling.
I understand that completely. And do you think some of it too? I mean, I noticed the age group of people that were turning down the $5 cover were very young. I did notice that too. And
Right.
why is
So,
that?
I don't think where they go, they have cover charges, what I'm assuming. I don't know if a lot of these places go to, I mean, I don't know.
When I was growing up, the cover was more than the beers. I mean, it really was. You had 2 for Tuesday. You got $1 got you 2 beers, 50 cents for long necks.
Yeah.
And it was $3 or $5 to get in the door back in the 80s.
Yeah, I mean,
It was that much in the 80s. I just can't.
yeah, the cover
I
charge
just can't.
$5. Our beers are only $3.50 or something, $4 or something.
Yeah. I mean, it just baffles me that people act that way. And I did notice it was some younger folks. And, you know, our average demographic on this show is 35 to 60, maybe. Looking at the Facebook analytics and all that, the people that are subscribed to our page and so on. So I won't offend any of the little snot-nosed 21-year-olds that are out there who are acting like jackasses at the door because they have to pay $5. And I was really just taken back by it. And that's all I got to say about that.
That's all I got to say. Now I'm going to watch Forrest Gump tonight
Yes.
while I study.
I love Forrest Gump. One of my favorite movies, favorite soundtracks of all time.
Yo, it's
Let's
the
see.
best all around.
Alice, stay out of that. Thank you. She's into everything in this. She's like,
Carla.
new place.
You can come up. You can come sit at the bar. You'll have your own spot, honey.
Yes. And you know, I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys there, and you were busy working, but Erica and everybody that was around where I was, it's a great group of people. And you are so blessed. I told you that night, but you are so blessed to have friends like Erica and Mart and people like that who they just pitch in when something's going south, like somebody
they do.
jumping the gate and all that. Here's Mart over there working the gate.
Yeah. Like he just goes. He's awesome.
Yeah. They're really good people. And Ray says they can sell Delta 9 drinks, so it's almost the same thing. Okay, well.
I don't know that it's in for free just
I don't
because
know.
we're
Megan says young people are entitled. A lot of them are. And did we raise them that way? I mean, somebody tell me. Did we raise the kids to be that way? I mean, now you got to get a participation trophy for everything. But, you know, Dave says it was a $5 cover when he worked bars in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, Dave, remember? I mean, I worked at the Dixie Electric Company in Dayton, and I can tell you we charged $5 to get in. And on 2 for Tuesdays, you could get 6 beers for $3. 50 cents a long neck. You had to return the bottle to the bar. They sent them back to the brewery and all those things. It was, that's how far back my life goes.
Things were easier back then.
Well, hell yeah. And they opened the back door and everybody went out back to the males did to use the bathroom in the backwoods. It's probably still an EPA site, I would assume.
I wonder
Race 33.
Monetize in live music venues with the next generation, e.g. free cover, but $5 to charge your vape. Oh,
What do you?
that's a good
who said
question.
that? I
I'm
didn't.
going to Kevin Cooper.
Oh, there we go. All right. So the door, you have to employ someone to work the door, obviously for a couple reasons, and you have to have them there for ID checking. That's one thing. But he takes a lot of crap
Yeah,
at the door. He really does.
he does.
I'm just, I'm taken back by what I saw. And I didn't realize how good he was at your door until then. I mean, he's always a super nice guy, but just it's interesting to see how good he was taking care of business with those people who were being really crappy to him.
Yeah.
And just going with the flow. I mean,
sometimes he can be a dick though. So, he gets his moments.
Does he? Well, good. He probably should. But and you're a lot younger than me, so I will say this, but those of you that aren't a lot younger, that frequented the bars back in the 80s and 90s, if you gave the doorman shit, many times you got a stiff hand in the chest and shoved backwards and said, leave. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, you get a stiff hand in the chest and shoved backwards. The cell phones come out and we're going to sue you.
Yeah.
Back in those days, you said, I better leave before I get my ass kicked. And now it's, we're going to sue you for not letting us in your bar or something. I mean, it's just so
everything
stupid.
is about sue. Yeah. No, I love it. I mean, I was the bitch this past Saturday, but that's dealing with people. Entitled people will bring out the worst in me.
Thank you, Carla, for your service as a teacher. Teachers are saints. And yes, I think teachers are so underrated in this country. And unfortunately, a lot of them have given up because you just can't even discipline a kid anymore. Not allowed. Hazmat dump. Roger said, yeah, it was for sure. I'm trying to get to all the comments here. Let's see what we got. Tina, how people think entertainment is free is crazy to her, she says. And she runs a venue in Springfield, O'Connor's Irish Pub, and she knows. I mean, everybody thinks we're entitled to get in for free. You're providing this service for us, and I'm going to buy one drink or drink a Diet Coke in your place, and I'm going to leave and enjoy 3.5 hours of music on you. Isn't that great?
Isn't that great?
It's no wonder so many venues close. It really, I mean, it is the mentality today. And Dave Wade says nothing is free of cost. You get that right. Yeah. It's insane. Do you have anything else today? Any other topics? I mean, we've kind of beat these up before, and the door thing I just wanted to talk on because I witnessed it firsthand. And
no, that was my topic, and I feel like we did it. We did that all. I didn't get any ideas today.
Nobody sent you any idea. I only got the one, and
yeah.
It's interesting.
Somebody did write a message. Wait, somebody did say something. Oh man, I wish I could remember what post it was, but they even said, hey, this would be a good topic for Tuesday on a Facebook post. I can't remember what it was. Oh, is she dancing?
She's wanting to give me a kiss. You want to give me a kiss? Maybe not. No. Oh, what a sweetheart. What a sweetheart. You like that little circle there, a little cow circle? Isn't that cute?
I do.
She's a mess. She's a mess. Always a mess. Always a mess, but she's liking being in the studio, so she shut up the barking at least, huh? Yeah.
She doesn't want to be alone.
No. Well, somebody was out in the yard somewhere. We have somebody who walks the backyard of the house behind us, and that's probably what got her all jacked up. She likes to bark
like an easement?
Yeah. Well, there's a pipeline that goes through here and underground, and they walk the pipeline to check and make sure there's nothing shaking with it. And it's a nice day, so they're probably out doing it.
Yeah.
What's Tim Anderson say? What about charging $10 a door and giving a ticket for a beer? That's interesting. What do you think about that? I mean, I've seen venues do that.
I get the point of it, but you're still losing money.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would want to hassle with that either. And the other thing you could do is, let's say 10 people come in and they throw that $10 and tell their buddy, I don't drink. Here's your ticket. Here's another ticket. Here's another ticket. And pretty soon they've got 10 free beer tickets. It could happen.
Yeah.
And then nothing good comes from that.
Not drinking, like it's just.
There was a lot of people I noticed the other night not drinking too. Do you see that a lot?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like that's exactly what I'm saying. Like people are not drinking. I just did my numbers for this year, and I was astonished by what percentage we're down. Like it's mind-boggling. It's insane. And I know that a lot of that is weather-based. I know we've had some shitty weather these past 2 months that have really affected the bars, and our, to run my business is a lot higher than a lot of others. But I mean, like, I'm not going to lie, I'm scared. Like, it's not good. And we're going into our slow season, and I mean, it's not good. Like, people do, and it's fine. I get it. People don't want to drink that much. And that's why we're trying to create these non-alcoholic menus. But
and do people tend to think that they shouldn't pay as much for the non-alcoholic versions? I mean,
no,
do you
I've
find
never heard
that?
anybody about
No?
that.
Okay. I wondered about that. If they thought it should be, because, for a long time, for years, I mean, bars would say, if you're the DD, you get to drink, Coca-Cola all night or whatever. But now that stuff's so damn expensive. I mean, that's gone up unbelievably. Look what some of the I went to a restaurant the other day. They charged $3.50 for a pop or a soda, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
$3.50.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And I was in one that was $2.50, and you want a refill, you pay $2.50 again. So obviously it's expensive, It is. It must be. All right, let's get to a few more viewer comments here if we can. Eric, thank you. Eric, thank you, by the way, the other day for all the nice comments you made. It says people have no problem paying $10 or $15 a ticket to watch a movie for 2 hours. Yeah. I think music's a much better value. I agree. And Faded Cow food trucks for sale, right? Dewey's asking about it.
It is, yeah.
Yes, it's for sale. If you're interested, Dewey, open yourself a food truck. Okay. And Bronson says, just so everybody knows, he's doing his part with the drinking. Thank you, Bronson, for being a team player. And Josh says, UTS killed it.
The pop's gone up like crazy. And I feel like it's almost every single month it goes up.
Mm-hmm. Do you buy bag in the box? Is that what you get?
Yeah. And it used to be like 4 years ago, correct me if I'm wrong, Tina, but it was like $40 or $50. It's doubled.
Yeah, that's expensive. Gina says, love the new table decor with the pups and the adoption and the non-alcoholic drinks. Thank you, Gina McCann. Yeah. Hey, by the way, I'm going to have the Crimson Sisters on the show next month. They're going to join me on Wednesday with the band. I'm looking forward to that one.
Nice.
We are. Allison Road will be on tomorrow at noon, by the way. Carla says, give her alcohol. Quentin wants 250 PBRs all day.
We have those.
Yeah. Tina said, everything's insane. Oh, the prices of everything. And Ceris isn't even in the food business in her bar. I mean, the people that are like Tina in the food costs have gone up exponentially. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know how these chicken wing joints even stay open with what they're having, to charge or what they're getting charged to buy a box of chicken wings. It's crazy. I
think what's happening is, people aren't drinking for a lot, the wheat. It's just a lot of change is happening really quickly. And there is no doubt it is affecting the bar and restaurant industry. But what's really happening is the unknown. Like, people just don't know. And it doesn't matter this is not like a political statement on like right or left. Like, it doesn't matter who's in office. It's so chaotic, the politics in this country, that just people are scared of the unknown. They don't know what's going to happen. And they're trying to be super conservative. And we totally get that. But then you have that, and then you add on, the weed, legalizing the weed, which, I mean, once you do that, nobody really drinks when they're smoking weed. And then you have like this new health craze, which really started in 2024, near the end of 2024. There were a ton of reports and news stories about it, of people just not drinking anymore, which came from the legalizing of weed. So it's coming from, but what's happening is everything else is going up. So like the pop is going up, delivery charges, to get stuff delivered, it almost costs more for the delivery cost than it does for the actual product that we're trying to buy for the bar. I mean, it's bonkers. It's insane. And then a lot of people go, well, why don't you just go and pick it up? Because then it costs me a fortune in gas. Why don't you give away a free ticket for your cover? Because that costs me money in alcohol, and alcohol is not cheap. And why don't you do that? Why do you have to do this? Because the cost of glassware, if you can't get it from your reps anymore, because a lot of your beer reps aren't even allowed to give you coasters anymore. They're only allowed to give you one tiny sleeve. It is not how it used to be 5 years ago. It's not how it used to be 10 years ago, 15. It is completely different. And it costs a fortune.
I have something to add to that too. I saw a study on TV the other day, and it was a legit study out of Johns Hopkins medical journal stuff. And it was about this new weight loss shot, the Wegovy, the Ozempic, and all that. And they are studying that now. They say what that does, and so many people are on that today, that it curbs your want for alcohol, drugs, all kinds of stuff. So they're studying to see if this is good against addiction. So if it makes you, when you take that, not say, oh, drinking, it tastes bad, or it doesn't make me feel good when I drink, when I'm on that shot, they're going to quit doing it because they're taking that for their weight loss program or whatever, which is sad, because those that take it for diabetes, and I don't take that for diabetes, but I take insulin, it's hard to get because everybody was on that, the stars go on it and everybody goes on it, it's that kind of stuff. And so there's a lot of variables out there to that. And I just said that, and I see a comment from Tina who says that damn diet shot for weight loss.
I was going to say, Did you read that? Because that's a big one too. Yeah.
Amazing.
It's everything. Everything just kind of happened at once. And that's why, people just don't understand. So I would love to raise my door prices to 10, but as Scott witnessed,
ain't gonna happen without trouble.
5. So
I think you'd have a lot of problems with 10. I don't know.
And then if they're paying 10 at the door, they're not going to spend anything inside.
Right. Well, Josh is on Ozempic and drinks like a fish. Thank you, Josh.
Dry January does.
That's another thing. Yes.
Drink sales really badly. And this year was really bad. Include that with also the snowstorms.
Well, I know it's killed our Wednesdays. I mean, every Wednesday I've worked at your place with our Name That Tune has been crappy weather. And that's a guaranteed. Nobody's going to go out driving in it. They just don't. If I don't, and I don't know if I would, if you had, I have to be there because I'm doing the show, but
you don't have to. I mean, if it's bad weather, I get it,
Well, yeah, I know you're always very flexible with that. But on the other side, I want to fulfill my obligation to the people that do show up, and some do, but a lot don't, because they just see the snow fly and they're like, I'm not going out on that highway. There's so many variables in the bar business, and so many times that you can be affected by anything. And then let a playoff football game happen and get scheduled on a night where you've got a big band, and all of a sudden there's nobody there because they're all home watching the football game. Yeah. And you're paying out the nose for a big band, that costs lots of money.
Yeah.
And they got to show up to pay the cover, even if they don't like paying the cover. They got to be there to pay the cover. If they don't show up at the door, you're in trouble. Couple more comments here. $7 at the door be a challenge. Anything that's not a denomination of one bill is a challenge at the door. I've learned over the years in the business. When you charge $7 and got to make $2 change for everyone and all that, it takes forever at a door. It's a mess to do, Brandon. I would rather it be a $5 they can hand me or a $10 than I would a $7 cover charge. Some places do it.
My doors would be closed in 1 month if I did that.
Yeah. And a $10 drink credit. No,
I would be closed in 1 month. That is unbelievably unbeneficial. Like, I don't even know what the word is for that.
First of all, who's going to manage
Nobody's
that
going to pay
$10
the $15.
thing?
And then even if they do, they're only going to drink 2 drinks anyways because people aren't drinking as much. So I would literally make zero money.
Shane, that's a valid point too. I wear a CGM as well, and I know it tells you when you got to cut yourself off on things. It does. And
no, we usually pay a cover. We usually have a cover, and it's $5.
Yeah. I agree
The
in that
actual issue
they're
is
so
exactly
expensive.
what we were talking about. The issue is people aren't drinking as much. People are unsure where their money's coming from, the weather, everything in between.
And Tina, that's right. She says no tip for the
And then no
bartender
tip
when
to
you're
the
doing that.
bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take it out on the bartender.
And it's funny. I've noticed something too. I go to the Moose and do trivia on Tuesdays. Well, the Moose has gaming machines and all that stuff, and it's all legal. But if somebody has $5, it's not coming in my tip jar. It's going in that machine where they got a chance to win $500.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the same, I think, with some of their bartenders and that. But it's a cash only business at those Eagles and Moose lodges. Most of them, they don't take credit cards, so that cash is buying drinks and all that, and so the tips don't always flow either. And one thing that'll make a bartender leave quickly is if they can't make any money, even if they're good, And you've got the best staff of bartenders I've ever met. I watched them work Saturday, man. They're whew.
So, and that was another thing is I wanted to make sure that I didn't let anybody in until the bar was caught up, because nothing is worse than people yelling at bartenders when they're trying their best. You know what I mean? There's only so much that they could do. So that was another thing is you want to make sure that people are going to get served in a timely manner, and it's at no fault of the bartenders. It's actually our fault by just continually letting more and more people in and having them backed up, and then they get screwed over in the end. We all do, because they can't make as many sales, they can't make as much tips. So one of the important things about coming in and out is the one in, one out, and keeping it decent in there, is that once, the bar can settle much quicker. And when they do, you can let in more people. And that way nobody really waits and nobody takes it out on the bartenders.
Amen to that. All right. We've beat this horse to death. We've been on here 47 minutes plus. So we thank you for hanging in there with us. Ceris, you have anything else you want to share about the weekend coming up?
We got a really fun weekend, actually. It's cool. We also have a lot of birthdays. Erica's birthday is March 2nd and Kathy's is the 28th. So like tonight we have our trivia every Tuesday we'll see, how that goes. Tomorrow's Ray's karaoke. Thursday is our jam, and it's Sharon's birthday today, and we're celebrating her birthday on Thursday at the jam session, Sharon Gardner. And then on Friday, we have Kat Campbell and the $2 Pistols. And then on Sunday, we have Prestige Grease. It's their first time playing there, which we're really excited about too. So it's going to be a fun weekend.
Sounds
Ray,
great.
you got a reservation at the big table for tomorrow.
Good deal.
You're good,
well, I've
Dave.
got trivia tonight, and that's it for me this week. So I'm glad to do that. Just one night, and I'm taking a break. So if anybody wants to come over and help me remodel a bathroom, I'm doing that. So I'd love to have you. Come on. Carpenters fleet to my house right now. Thank you, Ceris. You're a great co-host always.
Same.
And it was good to spend Saturday night with you. And
yeah, I'm so glad you got to see them.
Yes. And Ed says he loves Prestige Grease. I was just going to say I've not seen them either. So that's interesting. All right.
Yes,
I think we're done.
Playing the bar. We're excited.
Hey, everybody, tune in tomorrow at noon. Noon, please, tomorrow. Allison Road tomorrow. Next month, I've got a lineup that's just wonderful with all kinds of great people, including Greg Ambergy. I've got Gina and Angela Combs on. The Crimson Sisters coming next month. So Wednesday with the bands are filling up. They're all the way through April right now. So we'd love to have you if you want to do that. What Dewey say?
I watched it later, Dewey.
Yes. Did you watch? I was glad. Because there were so many positive comments on there about your bar and the band and all that. And Tom Parsons messaged me, and he's such a nice guy. Thanks, Tom, if you're out there, for the nice message about featuring your band on the show. So thank you, Quentin.
I didn't get to watch the end of it, but I did watch most of it.
Thank you for watching. Spread the love, as Carla said. Any parting thoughts as we go?
Love you all.
Love everybody. Bye, everybody. Hang in there with me for a second.